Assalamualaikum everyone. How are you today? Hopefully you are fine and then full of spirit. In this video, I will discuss structure questions of the TOEFL test again and again, namely about problems with noun. So, without any further ado, let's begin our discussion. The first topic is use the correct singular or plural noun. A problem that is common in the TOEFL test is a singular noun used where a plural noun is needed, or a plural noun used where a singular noun is needed. Jadi, kita harus tahu kapan kita harus pakai kata benda jamak atau yang lebih dari satu, dan kapan kita harus menggunakan kata benda tunggal. How can we do that? We can decide whether the noun is plural or singular by identifying the determiners. Kalau kalian bingung dengan istilah determiners, kita sebut saja mereka dengan keywords, oke? Jadi, keywords inilah yang membantu kita untuk tahu kata benda apa yang harus dipakai, jamak atau tunggal. Oke, let's focus on this picture. Kita harus hafalkan ini semua ya. Kalian harus hafalkan, and this is wajib, oke? Kalau tidak dilakukan, kalian mendapatkan dosa. Kalau dilakukan, dapat pahala. From this picture, we can conclude that kalau kata benda diawali oleh each, every, single, one, atau a, maka singular noun atau kata benda tunggal harus dipakai, oke? Meanwhile, jika kata benda diawali oleh both, two, many, several, some, atau various, maka plural noun, kata benda jamak, harus dipakai. Kata benda jamak itu ciri-cirinya memakai S. Ya, di akhirnya itu ada S-nya. And then answer, kalian sudah tahu. Okay, let's take a look at these examples. He just finished several books. Let's focus on the keyword. Keyword yang dipakai adalah several. And based on my explanation before, several is used for plural noun, kata benda jamak. Jadi, you can see, benar gak kalimat ini? Jelas. This sentence is incorrect. Kalimat ini salah. Harusnya book ditambah S supaya menjadi plural atau jamak. Oke? Next, she studied each chapters. Let's focus on the keyword. The keyword yang dipakai dalam kalimat ini adalah each. And then, based on my explanation before, each is used for singular noun, kata benda tunggal. Jadi kalimat ini benar atau enggak? Jelas salah. Harusnya chapter tanpa S supaya menjadi singular atau tunggal. Oke, continue. I have two sentences and I will display them one by one, and I need you to identify whether they are correct or incorrect. First, number one, you must answer every questions on the task. Correct or incorrect? Coba kalian identify, lihat keywords-nya dan noun-nya. What is the keyword? Yes, every is the keyword. Every itu buat singular apa plural? Yes, it is for singular. Every itu buat kata benda tunggal. So, the noun must be singular. Let's see the noun. Coba kita lihat noun-nya. It is plural. Karena pakai S kan, kita bisa lihat tuh questions. Jadi kalimat ini incorrect. Harusnya question without S, tanpa S. Number two, the automotive shop stock many parts for the various types of Hondas. Correct or incorrect? Coba kalian identify. Lihat keywords dan noun-nya. What is the keyword? Exactly. Keywordnya ada dua nih di sini. Ada many, ada various. Oke? Mereka itu buat singular atau plural. Exactly, they are for plural. Coba lihat noun-nya, apakah noun yang dipakai plural? Let's see the noun. Many is followed by singular part. Jadi kalimat ini incorrect. Harusnya parts with s. Sedangkan yang untuk various is followed by plural noun types. Nah, kalau yang ini cocok, but kalimat ini tetap salah karena partnya nggak ada s-nya. Harusnya ada karena kita menggunakan many. The second topic is distinguish countable and uncountable nouns. In English, nouns are classified as countable or uncountable. For certain questions on the TOEFL test, it is necessary to distinguish countable and uncountable nouns in order to use the correct modifiers with them. Okay? Kalian harus tahu kapan menggunakan countable, kapan menggunakan uncountable. Countable itu kata benda yang bisa dihitung, kayak tables, books, pencils. Mereka bisa dihitung. 1 meja, 2 meja, kita bisa hitung mereka. Meanwhile, uncountable itu tidak bisa dihitung. Seperti misalkan coffee dan minuman-minuman lainnya. Kita nggak bisa hitung 1 coffee, 2 coffee gitu kan. We cannot do that. So itu adalah uncountable. In general, uncountable nouns are liquids, powder, field of study, gases, and abstract things. Liquid seperti water, milk, tea, and so on. Nah, itu uncountable. Powder itu seperti salt, sugar, rice, and so on. Nah, itu yang kayak gitu, yang powder itu juga uncountable. Kemudian ada field of study like mathematics, chemistry, geography, and so on. Mereka juga termasuknya uncountable. Kemudian gases like oxygen, air, smoke, and so on. Mereka juga belongs to uncountable. And then the last one is abstract things seperti happiness, sadness, anxiety, dan so on. Hal-hal abstrak seperti itu juga termasuknya ke uncountable, tidak bisa dihitung. Okay, let's focus on this picture. Ini harus kalian hafalkan semua ya, hukumnya wajib. From this picture, we can conclude that kalau kata bendanya countable, maka harus diawali oleh many, number, few, and fewer. Meanwhile, jika kata bendanya uncountable, maka harus diawali oleh much, amount, little, and less. Oke, hafalkan. Memorize them, everyone. Let's take a look at these examples. Number 1, he has seen much foreign films. Let's focus on the noun, foreign films. Is it countable or uncountable? Jelas bisa dihitung ya, 1 film, 2 film, dan seterusnya. Noun-nya berarti countable. Now, identify the keyword. Kalimat ini, keyword-nya menggunakan much. Much ini dipakai untuk countable apa uncountable coba? Untuk uncountable jelas ya. So, this sentence is incorrect. Harusnya memakai many, bukan much, karena noun-nya countable. Number 2, he didn't have many fun at the movies. Let's focus on the noun. Fun. Is it countable or uncountable? Jelas, ini adalah abstracting. Jadi tidak bisa dihitung. Ya, fun, kesenangan tidak bisa dihitung. So it's uncountable. Now identify the keyword. This sentence use many as the keyword. Many itu dipakai untuk countable apa uncountable? Of course, it is for countable. So, this sentence is incorrect. Harusnya memakai much, bukan many. Karena noun-nya uncountable. Okay, the next I have 2 sentences. I will display them one by one. And then your job is to identify whether they are correct or incorrect. Number 1. Many risks are unnecessary. Let's focus on the noun. Risk, resiko. Is it countable or uncountable? Of course, this is abstracting. Resiko, abstrak ya. Jadi tidak bisa dihitung. Uncountable. Now identify the keyword. Kalimat ini menggunakan many. Many is used for countable apa uncountable? Coba. Of course, it is used for countable. So, this sentence is incorrect. Harusnya memakai much, bukan many. Karena nounnya uncountable. Alright. The next. They have taken much trip recently. Let's focus on the noun again. The trips. Perjalanan. Is it countable or uncountable? Jelas, bisa dihitung ya. 1 perjalanan, 2 perjalanan, dan seterusnya. Nounnya countable. Now identify the keyword. This sentence use much as the keyword. Much itu dipakai untuk countable apa uncountable? Of course, untuk uncountable, tidak bisa dihitung. So, this sentence is incorrect. Harusnya memakai apa? Memakai many, bukan much. Alasannya adalah karena nounnya itu countable, bisa dihitung. The third skill for today is recognize irregular plurals of nouns. Many nouns in English have irregular plurals, and these irregular forms can cause confusions in TOEFL tests. The irregular forms that are the most problematic are plural forms that do not end in s. Kata benda plural atau jamak ya, itu mudah sekali dilihat karena memakai akhiran s kan. Akan tetapi ada beberapa kata benda yang bentuk jamaknya tidak menggunakan s. Bisa lihat di sini. Yang kiri singular, yang kanan plural, oke? Foot singular, 1 kaki. Kalau feet itu plural, banyak kaki. Sisanya kalian baca sendiri ya. And memorize them, hafalkan, wajib, oke? Now, let's take a look at this example. Different criteria was used to evaluate the performance. Let's identify. What's the problem in this sentence? The problem is different criteria was. Coba kalian ingat-ingat lagi. Kriteria itu singular apa plural? It is clear that kriteria itu plural. Ya. Singularnya itu criterion. Maka kalimat yang benarnya adalah different criteria were used to evaluate the performance. Nah, itu ya. Kita pakai to be untuk plural, yaitu were. Saya asumsikan kalian paham ya penggunaan to be, was, were, is, mr, tahu lah ya. Was untuk singular, were untuk plural, is untuk singular, are untuk plural. Ya, paham lah ya, itu mah udah di luar kepala. Oke, the next. I have 2 sentences. I will display them one by one as always, and then I need you to identify whether they are correct or incorrect. Alright, number 1, parenthesis is needed around that expressions. Let's identify. What is actually the problem in this sentence? The problem is obviously parenthesis is, that's the problem. Coba kalian ingat-ingat lagi, open again your memory, atau balik lagi dulu ke slide sebelumnya. Parenthesis itu singular apa plural? It is clear that it is plural. Singularnya itu pakai i, parenthesis, oke? Maka kalimat yang benarnya adalah parentheses are needed around that expressions. Kita pakai to be untuk plural, yaitu are. Next. Okay, number 2. The alumni is attending the receptions at the president's house. Let's identify. What is the problem in this sentence? Yes, the problem is the alumni is. That's the problem. Coba kalian remember again, reminds again. The alumni itu singular apa plural? Yes, it is clear that the alumni is plural. Singularnya itu adalah the alumnus. Maka kalimat yang benarnya adalah the alumni are attending the receptions at the president's house. We use to be for plural, namely are. Alright, the last topic is distinguish the person from the thing. Nouns in English can refer to persons or things. Sometimes in the TOEFL task, the person is used in the place of the thing, or the thing is used in the place of the person. Kata benda yang things biasanya itu diakhiri seperti di gambar ini nih ya. You have to make yourself familiar with all of this. Meanwhile, noun that refers to person is ended with these suffixes. You have to make yourself also familiar with all of this. Let's take a look at this example. Number 1, there are many jobs opportunities in accountant. Let's identify. What is actually the problem in this sentence? Yes, the problem is in accountant. Coba kalian lihat konteks kalimatnya. Opportunities in accountant. Kesempatan di seorang akuntan. Well, jelas salah. What we need here is benda, bukan orang. Jadi harusnya there are many job opportunities in accounting. Oke, itu dia. Jadi kadang benda muncul di posisinya orang, orang muncul di posisinya benda. Kita harus identify the sentence carefully. Kita harus sangat hati-hati di sini. Oke. I have 2 sentences. Again, I will display them one by one and your job is to identify whether they are correct or incorrect. Let's begin with number 1. In the evening, he relaxes in front of the fire and writes long poems. Let's identify. What's the problem in this sentence? Exactly. The problem is long poets. Coba kalian lihat konteksnya ya, kalimatnya. Writes long poets. Menulis seorang penyair panjang. Well, jelas salah ya, nggak masuk akal. Doesn't make sense at all. What we need in this sentence is benda, bukan orang. Jadi harusnya kita menggunakan poems. In the evening, he relaxes in front of the fire and then writes long poems. Okay? Next. The famous acting has appeared in more than 50 Broadway plays. Let's identify again. Let's do the same. Kira-kira ini benar nggak coba ya? What's the problem in this sentence? Yes, the problem is the famous acting. Coba kalian lihat konteks kalimatnya. The famous acting. Acting terkenal. Jelas salah? It's wrong, obviously. What we need in this sentence is apa berarti? Orang ya. Yang kita butuhkan di sini adalah orang, bukan benda. Jadi harusnya the famous actor has appeared in more than 50 Broadway plays. Nah, itu baru betul. Okay, this is the last ya, the exercises. I have 3 sentences. Your job is to identify whether they are correct or not. Number 1, it was his dream to be a musical in the New York Philharmonic. Let's do the same. Identify the sentence and identify the problem. What is actually the problem? Yes, the problem is to be a musical in the New York. Coba kalian lihat konteks kalimatnya deh. To be a musical in the New York. Menjadi musik. Jelas salah dong. Yang kita butuhkan di sini adalah orang, bukan benda. Jadi harusnya it was his dream to be a musician. Okay? Clear? Hopefully it's clear. Next, for each business trip you make, you can choose from many different airlines. Let's focus on the keyword. Is it correct or incorrect? Coba kalian identify. Lihat keywordnya dan nounnya. What is the keyword? Exactly. Each is the keyword. Itu keyword yang pertama ya. Each itu, is it for singular or plural? Of course, it is for singular. So, the noun must be singular. Let's see the noun. Well, yes, it is singular. Business trip. So, sampai sini kalimatnya masih benar. Oke, lanjut identify. Keyword selanjutnya adalah many. Many itu dibuat untuk singular apa plural? Of course, it is for plural. So, the noun must be plural. Let's see the noun. The noun is indeed plural. Different airlines. Jadi, so this sentence is correct. Betul, nggak ada masalah. Keyword sama nounnya cocok. Next, the last ya. The professor does not give many exam in chemistry class, but the ones she gives are difficult. Is it correct or incorrect? How do you think? Okay, let's identify. Let's see the keyword and the noun. What is the keyword? Yes, the keyword is many. Many itu buat singular apa plural? Of course, it is for plural. So, the noun must be plural. Let's see the noun. Yes, unfortunately, it is singular, exam. So, this sentence is incorrect. Harusnya pakai noun plural, exams, ada S-nya. Alright, everyone. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next explanations in the next video. Okay? Have a nice day.